Hello everybody, welcome back to the DIY Dell YouTube channel, where today we are interviewing Jump The Bluff.
Hey! Hello!
Hi everybody!
We're Jump The Bluff.
Alright, so if you want to go around left to right, introduce yourselves.
My name is Eric Absagan. I'm the keyboard player of Jump The Bluff.
Rob Weber, I play drums.
I'm Tim Kowski, I play bass.
And I'm Jim Ferell, I play the guitar and sing.
Okay, well, nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you.
too.
Nice to meet you.
So, who, I guess, is the main lyric writer for your band?
That would be me.
Yeah. I would say, all the lyrics and all the catchy hooks and riffs, and Jim's like, I would say the main lyricist for sure. We all contribute, but Jim's like a powerhouse in it. I'd say it comes to like writing, like he can just rip off, or not rip off, but rip out like a riff.
Oh, but I do rip off.
And like, it just like formatically, we write songs. We'll come either he'll come up with a bass lick, or a guitar riff, or my drums, or Eric will bang something out, and then all of a sudden Jim's like, oh, let's do that again, and all of a sudden, boom, we've got something that's formatically a song that we develop.
Right. Yeah. It seems like a lot of the cooler stuff that we play comes like as a group effort, I would say.
And some of them are like accidental finds, like something, and all of a sudden, like, oh, let's just keep doing that, and then it forms into a song.
It's like grooving feet on each other, really,
Okay, yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Like, take a little bit of something you got, take a little something you got, put it together,
Yep.
it works.
Exactly.
Do you guys perform mostly in the Milwaukee area, or you guys have you
Interesting
kind of
with
toured
like
statewide?
we were
or-
kind of lucky last summer, right, to get to Madison
Yeah, we got to Madison a couple
a
times.
few times, yeah. And we played at a park.
Right.
James
Madison Park, and then some place
Beer
where
Rock. Beer Rock.
Beer Rock was
Beer Rock.
cool. Yeah. Then
What's
there was
that other place?
that was the place where we thought we were going to get murdered.
The
Yeah.
locker room.
And we thought they were going to steal our
Yeah.
gear.
No lie, that was
That was
that was
sketchy.
we played a sketchy little place just off the beaten path on the north side of Madison.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
It was just.
I had to sit by our gear the whole time because I was afraid.
Yeah, you should have seen how
Oh
these,
shit.
these guys who
It was
walked
fucking
in,
nuts.
you could tell one was scoping out the bar area, one was staying by the door, like, oh,
Yeah.
they're about to
Yeah.
rob the place or something, or something.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
But other than that, the other two shows were pretty good receptions.
Yeah.
We
The
had
other
people
Madison shows were good.
buy our music and then buy our T-shirts and whatnot. So it was cool that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
we played at Bremen, like we in the Milwaukee area. We played at like Bremen. We played at Falcon Bowl. We're playing at Falcon Bowl again.
Cactus Club.
Cactus Club, Club Garibaldi.
Yeah. Red Bar.
Yeah, we're playing at Weird Fest for Mobcraft coming up in August 3rd.
Super excited for
Yeah,
that.
so that's like a block party kind of thing. So we're super excited.
Another
for that.
local place,
Yeah,
Red Bar,
Red Bar.
just right down the street here. So
Wow, so lots and lots of places.
yeah,
That's
different
awesome.
different venues and stuff like that. Yeah.
We honestly keep we keep our minds open, or they keep an open mind about where and what we can play. You know, because we just obviously we don't do this for the money. We do this because we love music. And so we want to play. I love playing with these guys.
Keeps us sane,
you
right?
know.
Yeah.
Keeps me out of somewhat trouble. So we'll see about that.
So, as a creative outlet, would you say this has like brought the four of you together in a meaningful way?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, Rob, Eric, and I, we've been playing together for about 10 years.
Yeah,
from a previous band.
Yeah.
And we've been playing with Jim over 2 years, and I honestly feel like even on the first day we played together with Jim, felt like the chemistry was just super strong. So, yeah, I would say definitely we've like grown closer.
So-
I mean, like,
Yeah.
2 years is like 5 years to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Jim,
Jump
what
The
do you
Bluff
think?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I was surprised at how fast things came together when I got here. It's a little intimidating because I know that they've been playing together for a long time, right? So it's like you're walking into a room with guys who've like been playing together for years already.
Yeah, that's a hard thing.
Yeah. So, but it was just like it. I mean, like right away. I think that like Tim said, that first practice, we just kind of stopped halfway through, like Yellow Armband, and we were like,
So
how's
Jim's
this
the
happening?
newest
Yeah.
member of the, so Jim's the newest member of the band?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and Jim connected on the World Wide Web on Facebook, believe it or not, and became friends. And connected that way. And I said we kind of had mutual interests in music. I would post something on Facebook, like a video of a band called The Jam or something, and you'd be like, "Oh man, love this," you know. And then I'm like, I'm gonna message this guy and see if he's down for playing, you know. And we talked, just kind of messaged back and forth. He was out of town, and then we connected that next weekend. And we had just jammed, and right away I kind of felt, oh, dude, we got something going on here, you know. It's just like there was the riff and the drums right away. Our first song,
Yellow Armband
that Jim wrote, and it's just like, bam, you know.
Yeah, I think you guys had like 2 ideas, because you guys met up. They played together alone, just Jim and Rob.
Yeah.
And then when
then
we
he
showed
came
up, they had like already
and
2
then I came
song
like a fourth.
ideas.
Yeah.
I think it was like 3 things, and then it was like Yellow Armband and then Face Show. And right away it was just like, holy cow, you know, it was just like, a connection is made, right?
What was the third song? Probably Gila Monster, right? Or,
Oh yeah.
or no, that one.
If you could smile.
Yeah.
Oh, If You Could Smile, yeah. I would say it happened pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You know, compared to other bands I've been in, you know.
Yeah.
Like just the whole songwriting process and just like getting along and playing with them, everything feels so natural. So that's, and I think we've all been kind of like, kind of lucky about just like connecting so well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes when you play with new people, it can be tough. But like, I felt like I've been playing with you guys forever. You know.
Yeah.
It was a smooth transition.
And that's rare, isn't it? Like,
A lot of times,
just new
A
people
lot of
coming
times
together,
people's
like,
egos or whatever, they clash and then they either like, you know, can't form or whatever.
Or people aren't agreeing with styles, or that sounds this way.
and coming from similar genres, that really helps too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think we're all like pretty big music nerds. Like we all like a lot of music.
Yeah.
I'd say we're all pretty eclectic in our music taste. So it's nice. So when you can play with someone who's as much of a music lover as these guys, it's like the connection's just like nice.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of course, I gotta ask, what's your favorite album that you guys have made?
Well, we've only made the one album. We're coming out. We're actually going to the studio for our second album. But yeah, so the album was a self-titled Jump The Bluff. It's got 10 songs on it, all originals.
Our original idea, we were going to make an EP, right? 5 songs or so, but we were like, let's just keep going with it.
What was
make
it?
an album.
It was from like, I think from like May or June to like that October. It was just like, holy, another song, you know. I think we can put this together. I'm like, you know, let's do it. You know, it wasn't like, oh man, I don't know. You know, it's just we just went with it, and you know, another song was made, and from that 5 it became 10.
Yep. Yeah. We went to Howell Street, which is where we recorded it with Shane, and
Shane Hotsettler,
who's great, but we were like, let's just keep going. I mean, he was very surprised at how many songs we recorded that day. Because it was like a marathon session of 10 songs in one day.
Cracking all 10 songs in one day, and then the other 2 days, 1 or 2 days we did was all mixing. So I think we were all kind of surprised how quick we got all those songs out, because everything just felt good. I mean, I think one of the big things about us is we try to practice every week.
When you just came in, you know.
I mean, it's one of those things we just want to,
we just
want to be as good as we can, and we love playing with each other. So it's like, hey, practice. You go into the studio like that, everything feels good, and then so I mean, practice makes perfect.
Wow, that's really great to hear. So how long did Jump The Bluff take to make, like, I guess, from start to finish?
I would say from that February 20.
Because you had the 5 songs in mind, you're like, okay, we're good with this, but we want to add more.
It was about a year.
Yeah.
I want to say, it was like, a year's time, and then actually we were talking about this. And I'm pretty sure that today is the anniversary of that release. I mean, us getting it out and telling people, that this is it. And I remember dropping it off to WMSC's radio station, literally, that day. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think we probably would have 2 or 3 more CDs out right now, but we got so busy after the first one playing gigs that when you're practicing, you got to practice the songs you're going to be performing.
Right.
You know, so we had to just, we had all these songs. We had to keep practicing them, and that kept us away from writing new stuff. But finally, we just got to a point where it's like, the hell with it. We have to write some new stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we got about 6 new ones that we're gonna take to the studio this round, and I guess we'll
Form in the shape of an EP.
Right.
So it'll be just small, a smaller release of those 6 songs.
And they'll probably, by the time we go to the studio, there might even be 1 or 2 more.
Ooh.
20.
We'll just have a double CD here next one, and then 30 the next and board.
Double do you?
Yeah.
We'll just do a lifetime worth greatest hits in the next album, and then make more afterwards, like other people do.
Tell me about like experiences with the previous bands you guys have been in. Did that go over well? Did you do similar?
I know.
things to that? That's how that
I've been
works?
playing with this guy literally
20 plus years.
about 22, 23 years, man.
23
Since he was a singer.
That's almost how old I am.
Yeah. So, I mean, since our first band, Polydorus,
Yeah.
and then we were in a band called Spoiler, and then Interstatic, which had a little success, and then we moved on to a band called The Cutouts, and we played with 2 brothers, and initially one of those brothers didn't fit anymore and didn't want to be in the band. So we went about a year's time with reconnecting with each other, because we kind of broke up too. We had a breakup in between 6 years. We met Tim, and then I've literally, like with you, it's been, this is going on 10, I think this is about 10 or 11 years, man, that me and him have been playing. So he's been playing with me and Eric for over a decade, which is kind of crazy. I met him when he was
25.
A young guy. So.
But yeah, and then I played in a couple other bands. I play in a couple other bands currently, but I've been playing probably like 17 years. I went to school for music, and then did of course the school performances and stuff like that. And then I was in a band called Ambiance. It was like a Radiohead-ish kind of band, and then I joined up with these guys. And then I play in a blues band too, play in another alternative rock band. I love music, so I just love playing. I want to play as much as I can, and I love playing with these guys. And it's nice, when you're playing with people that have so much music knowledge. It's we kind of feed off each other. So I just want as much as I can get.
I played with a bunch of bands. I played. I'm from New York originally, and I played with some bands in New York. And then I was living in Florida, and I was playing with some bands in Florida. And then here in Milwaukee, I was playing with a couple of other bands. I went on tour with a band called Indonesian Junk, and then after that, I was
Fantastic band name.
a fantastic band too. They're a great punk band. They're broken up now, but they're not broken up. They just stopped. They were together for a long time. And then I was with a band called Flu-Like Symptoms for a while. And then I was really happy to hook up with these guys, and now it's Jump the Bluff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right on, yeah, it's awesome.
So did you guys, I guess, see yourselves being in bands when you were younger, or was this something you wanted to do?
I've always loved music.
A long time?
Always loved music, so it's just in a way, my sister would always say, you're going to be in a band someday, just a little ham or, a little show off or whatever. And I remember, actually, this is no lie, when I was a kid, I put an little oatmeal carton together with the plastic on top with some buckets. And I messed around with spatulas, and I was about probably 10 or 11 years old. So I was kind of a weirdo back then, but I've always dived into different music. I could never really connect with radio music stuff that was popular on the radio. So it was always listening to bands like the Misfits and Dead Kennedys. Those were kind of my introduction to punk. And then as I got a little bit older, my teenage years, and started listening to more hip hop and rap, and that probably connects with the beats and stuff that I like. And I don't know, I just love music. I'm starting to get into more jazz and listen to a little more ambient style music and electronic stuff as well. But I just love music all my life. So it's kind of weird, but I would say yes. You know.
Yeah, like I think I got the love for like the keyboard because my grandma, when she lived up north, she had a big organ in her thing, and I would always try playing it because my grandparents actually were in a polka band called Southside Irishmen or something.
Oh,
or I don't know if
I
she was in
never
the
knew that.
band,
Shit,
but
that's cool.
I don't know if she was in the band, but she could play accordion. She had that big organ, and my grandpa was known as Banjo Bill because he played the banjo
That's cool.
and stuff. He would sing. So then I kind of gravitated towards the keyboard because I always liked playing it.
Record Banjo Bill.
Banjo Bill.
Banjo Bill.
Banjo Bill. That'd be cool.
The grandson of Banjo Bill. Yeah. I'll make them proud.
Ballad
At
of
least make a
Banjo
song called
Bill.
Banjo Bill.
Yeah, I've always loved music. I think the first instrument I wanted to play was guitar, and then I think in band in like 4th grade I played baritone, and then I've always loved music. But then I started taking it serious when I was like 17 or 18, and I just like I wasn't really good at it because like when you first start something you're not great at it. So it was like I kept practicing and practicing, and just until to the point where like okay, I can actually play with people, and then it's ever since like being able to play with someone, I've just been hooked.
So as for, I guess, recording spaces, did you guys like use this room starting out, or I'm guessing you've been in a whole bunch of different spaces? Like, okay, we'll start at
Man, it's
this
like,
place first, and then maybe this place.
so
Because
when,
I know when you pick one spot, it's not like okay,
Well-
we can upgrade from here.
when I bought this house in 2010, I realized that this room was going to be doable, and as you can see, we've got the ambience with the light and the arts and other trinkets and shit we have in here. It's just, I literally thought that I was going to have a space for me then, and I had a little boy, so I had a son too, and I figured we could jam down here and have a band again, at some point, with somebody. So it's been kind of my happy place for creativity, and I love that I'm able to bring my friends and these guys, my friends, in my band here to jam. I mean, it was just like when I talked to Jim, I said, "Yeah, I've got a space," and I didn't know what he was gonna think. And he's like, "Oh, this is kind of small. I like this. This is kind of cozy little spot." So we've been able to make it work, man, and play here for those 2 years. Yeah.
So where can people find you guys? I know you mentioned Bandcamp at one point, and then a little bit of Facebook. stuff.
We're also we're on Bandcamp. We're on Spotify. We just got on Spotify. Our whole first album is on Spotify. Jump The Bluff. So check us out.
Bandcamp.
Bunch of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. We got stuff on Facebook. Our Facebook page, of course, Jump The Bluff. But yeah.
And then our release right there.
Yeah, this is
That's
Jump
it.
The Bluff. This is 10 songs
Yep.
here, right?
10 songs, and they're all on Spotify and YouTube, or most of them are on YouTube. But yeah, check out Spotify. We're all like pretty proud of that album. And so.
Without a doubt, yeah.
And then we got our second one coming, or we're going to the studio sometime next month, and then we're gonna hopefully bring out the other one.
Yep.
So yeah, we're all looking forward to it. But yeah, support local music.
Support local music.
Yeah.
What would you say has been your biggest struggle over the years, like making music? Like, what are some challenges you faced and overcome?
That's a good question, man. I would say,
Because I know you had mentioned like being a part of the band that broke up, and then one guy not wanting to go back in.
yeah. I mean that's
Because
a,
every band faces difficulties.
that's a hard thing. It's like when you do, and somebody loses that ambition, and it kind of can hurt your spirit a little bit and get you down. But the thing is, I mean, if you're a real music lover, and you love to play, you just keep going, man. I think that's the whole idea of it. You just keep plugging away. Like Jim's been doing this for years, man, with different bands. You just keep going and you keep going, and that is a struggle when you lose members and stuff. But even for me too, it's when you have jobs and stuff like that. But I've always been able to kind of adapt and make it work, even when I work weekend jobs or whatever. different night
Yeah,
jobs.
like even at one or 2 days a week
We're
is all it takes for like an hour.
Like this, we're so thankful that we can make our late Sunday mornings into early afternoons work. I mean, we've been like Tim says, it's basically been just constantly, unless we're sick or we get have something else come up or whatever. But we've been able to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I would say some of the hardest things, one of the struggles of music could just be life. I mean, like, playing with someone, like I had a guitar player I played with pass away about a year ago, and that, when you play with someone, you have a good connection, and then, time goes on, that can be really difficult. Also just being comfortable playing with new people, getting out there, because like to play music, I feel like you got to be A, cocky, and B, very humble at the same time. You're cocky and
mix.
Confident.
Yeah, confident. You got to be cocky enough, confident enough to get out there like, hey, I'm so and so, I'm gonna play for you. But then also you got to be humble enough to like, hey, that sounded good, but here's an idea. It's a give and take. Some people are very like the ego is just pouring out of their instrument, but sometimes they can't take a compliment, or just like, I know I'm not perfect, so I love to hear other people's ideas. I mean, because that's how you learn. It's like, it's not about the mistakes you make, it's about how you learn from those mistakes. And I'm sure we've all learned from that, and I think that could be the biggest struggle, is just opening your mind enough to to go with the changes and stuff like that.
That's fantastic words of wisdom. I think.
Adapt, right?
Yeah. And getting paid.
That helps a little bit too. It'd be nice to get paid more, but we can't expect too much.
It's fun. We all enjoy it. So.
And
music is its own pain.
Yeah, we've been getting quite decent amounts of money, but
and it's more the feeling you get rather than like, okay, I got to do this venue, do this job. Like you do it because you love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we treat it like a job, then you're gonna start moping.
I don't want to wake up.
I feel like that's what happens to a lot of people, and some people.
5 more songs.
That did it, or when I talk to people, and early on, back in my early 20s and 30s, we were able to play those shows and like those three night shows, and go to Madison, Chicago, Milwaukee, and then do stuff like that. But I think we played a back-to-back show even as Jump the Bluff, which was cool, right in Bayview. We played Garibaldi and we played Cactus Club, and when I approached Jim about that, I was like, what do you think, man? And he's like, let's just do it. What do you say we call it, the
whatever street that is.
Delaware Street.
The Delaware Street tour.
So we made it work, man, and it's awesome. I'm very thankful we were able to do that. It's really cool,
And plus, when you hear other people, like when we talk to other bands that we play with, say that they're on tour, they make it sound dreadful. They're like, oh man, they gotta go here, there. Like, I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Haven't really experienced that yet, except for the little Milwaukee tour.
I think eventually we can play like some small little tour, like go to Chicago maybe, and then play Milwaukee the next night. But it's just lucky to play a gig every other month or a month is cool, to me, man.
And sometimes, like, usually at summer times, we usually got like probably 2 gigs a month, sometimes even more. We're pretty open on taking gigs, as long as the venue's cool, the vibe's cool, we just want to play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless, because we all have like regular jobs and stuff, so like, that's always the big factor, but usually we're weekend warriors when it comes to music.
Right, yeah.
Weekend warriors, I like that.
That'd be a side project name. But I think somebody else has that somewhere.
What is it? I think that's like an HGTV show.
Is it?
Yeah, we're gonna build our house this week.
Alright, well I think that's all I've got for you guys.
Alright.
Cool.
Awesome.
It's super cool meeting you and
thanks
getting to talk a little bit about music and like everything you guys have gone through. It's so cool to hear stuff like this. Like being able to sit down with somebody is like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Matt.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Good meeting you guys.
And a big shout out to Eric Marinello. That's where we actually technically had our first show in his backyard.
Yeah.
Our camera guy here, yeah.
Yeah.
The graduation party.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I knew you looked familiar.
The good old chicken coop.
Oh, so
Graduation party?
Yeah, that was the first official
Nick?
show for the new band.
Yeah.
That was the first time we played.
Yeah.
It was an outdoor venue.
Yeah.
They brought all their stuff. It was good.
Yeah.
I remember I was like trying to turn on one of my pedals and I stepped on the whole power strip for the band, so we all went quiet. Like, holy shit! I quickly turned it back on. All right, we're good.
All right, go.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna stick around and eat some pizza.
Yeah. Go ahead, yeah.
Pizza.
It's already
You guys
left.
want, yeah, there's some right there, guys. Grab a slice, hey? So, yeah, thank you very much, man.
Yeah, there's 2 pizzas upstairs.